everybody do it for free, Ross? First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade.
So look, I really didn't know it was a big deal when I didn't finish that interview. 85 South, they're my little homies, so this is what I need y'all to do. Hit the homies up and let them know Rozay will finish the interview.
Rick Ross is firing back at DC Young Fly for dropping the industry ritual receipt with Jonathan Audi. And honestly, it's feeling like a straight-up witch hunt. Young Fly basically exposed Ross. The receipts are out, and suddenly everything that was hiding in plain sight is making sense. The podcast walkout, the secret foam parties, the all-white vibes, it's like the puzzle pieces finally clicked. Now, when you remember Jonathan Audi's wild 2018 claims about Ross and Diddy running secret rituals, the whole thing escalates. What looked like minor podcast drama or leaked party clips is suddenly a part of a bigger, messier story. And Ross firing back now is just the next twist in a saga that's been brewing under our noses this whole time. But let's start from the moment that had the internet losing it, when Officer Ricky walked out on the 85 South show. As you guys probably know, the show is DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and Chico Bean, straight-up legends in comedy and hip-hop commentary. Rozay came in chill, laughing, cracking jokes, talking music, life, the grind. Everything was smooth, he was vibing, playing it cool, looking untouchable. Then, out of nowhere, Ross got up, said he needed to take off his jacket and hit the bathroom and pulled a Houdini. No warning, no heads up, just vanished off camera. DC Young Fly sat there, blinking, clearly hurt, embarrassed even. Carlos and Chico looked around like, wait, he really just did that? The energy flipped instantly. What was funny seconds ago turned awkward and tense in the blink of an eye. And here come the reactions.
Now I feel disrespect.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, that guy's a man, my nigga. Come on. Don't say money.
Right.
DC didn't hold back. He called Ross and his move straight up disrespectful. Like this wasn't a random no-name podcast. 85 South was built on the culture, on supporting hip-hop, and giving people like Ross a platform to connect with their fans. Let's call it as it is. Ross bouncing mid-interview felt like a slap in the face. And social media caught it immediately. Clips went viral. Fans debating, memes popping, the whole culture weighing in. Ross did try to explain later on The Breakfast Club. He said he was smoked out and in the zone, claiming he didn't realize he just dipped. He called DC and the crew his little homies, said he had love for them, and insisted it wasn't disrespect. But here's the thing though, hours later, Ross sits down for a nearly 2-hour interview on a white-owned podcast, answering every question thrown at him. No hesitation. That's when the tension escalated. DC Young Fly called him out. Why can you chill for 2 hours over there but not stay with your own people? Why leave the platform that's been showing you love since day one? Others noticed it too. Suddenly, Ricky's mental lapse excuse didn't sound so convincing. But was it really just a lapse, or was something else going on? And as you can expect, Ricky's team tried to smooth things over, talking about scheduling conflicts, flights, being busy. But DC and the 85 South crew weren't buying it. The moment became bigger than just a walkout. It turned into a symbol of respect, loyalty, and the subtle power plays in hip-hop. People weren't just laughing at the clip anymore. They were questioning how a big name in the game like Ross could treat a homegrown platform like this. And here's the crazy part. Looking back, you can see the pattern. The early laughs, the jokes, the relaxed vibe, all of it set up a perfect contrast to the sudden ghosting. It wasn't just awkward, it was telling. The audience could feel the tension shift, even if they didn't know why at the time. DC's hurt, Ross's departure, the unanswered questions, all of it started to feel like something bigger was brewing under the surface. This walkout now hits different when you connect the dots. Ross's behavior, the timing, and the way DC framed the incident. It's all part of a story that's been unfolding quietly, one that would explode later when DC dropped those blurred party clips and the receipts started surfacing. This is where the heat really starts. After Ross dipped, DC Young Fly called Ricky's whole "I came for free, don't worry about the analytics" comment. Rick was obviously downplaying the time, effort, and influence of the 85 South show, but DC made it clear. This isn't just a casual podcast. This is a platform that's been holding it down for the culture. And Ross definitely wasn't the first big name on that couch. T.I., Snoop Dogg, Boozy, and Busta Rhymes all came through for free. No checks, no favors asked. They respected the platform, respected the work, and knew the value of supporting something that mattered in the culture, but not Officer Ricky. Now, here's the deeper layer most people don't talk about. DC already noticed something about Ross. The industry changed him, and of course, he had to bring in the receipts. Young Fly was kind of subliminal about it too. Ross is ready to do whatever it takes for the bag. He's gotten so high up in the game that loyalty and respect sometimes take a back seat to moves that protect his empire. It's not just about a jacket or a bathroom break. It's about the way the business twists people. And with all the industry ritual receipts floating around, the blurred party clips, and Audi statements, it's clear Ross has been navigating a world where secrecy, control, and power moves come first. DC's reaction didn't just air out the disrespect. It started a conversation about some deeper stuff that takes place in hip-hop behind closed doors. Here's where things start to get really interesting. Young Fly didn't just call out Ross and leave it there. He dropped a blurred clip that got the internet talking. And we're not talking about a casual pool party. This was an all-white, foam-covered private party at Ross's estate, and the rules were wild. NDAs, no phones, strict dress code. You couldn't just walk in, record, or post anything without consequences. Everything about this setup screamed secrecy.
Like the slippery soap.
Yo, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So, yo, just stay tuned to see Diddy and Rozay wash the car.
And the timing? That's where people really raised eyebrows. Ross had just promoted another public pool party, trying to hype it up for the fans. And then DC posts this blurred, mysterious clip. Makes you wonder, why now? Why drop this just after Ross flexed another event? And when you connect the dots, this is bigger than just a party. The secrecy, the NDAs, the no phone rule, the all-white attire, it all hints at rituals, exclusive circles, and elite industry dynamics. These were wild celebrity parties, but you can't ignore the signals of something deeper tied to power, influence, and hidden agreements in the hip-hop world. That's what DC Young Fly was really trying to expose. It wasn't just about a single night of fun. It was a peek into a controlled, almost ritualistic side of Ross's lifestyle that most fans don't get to see. It wasn't just about walking out on a podcast anymore. It was about what lengths someone like Ross will go to maintain influence, control, and secrecy. But this isn't really shocking news. Remember when Audi tried to do the same?
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And callout. They're all gay.
With that video and a few others, Audi made headlines back in 2018 for storming the Trump National Doral, firing shots, full-on chaos. But what makes him relevant here ain't the stunt, it's what he said about the industry. Audi's claims were straight up bonkers. He said Diddy and Ross were into secret rituals, private parties, mind-programming vibes, contracts, and NDAs to lock people down, even stuff with Cassie that sounded like a movie plot. Back then, everybody laughed him off, called him crazy, unstable, all that. But with all the leaked clips of Diddy, the fact that he's locked up, and the fact that some nasty party receipts are surfacing, people are starting to look at what he said once more. That blurred foam party clip Ross had at his estate is exactly what Audi was talking about. When you put Ross's private parties next to Audi's claims, it starts making sense. This isn't just for fun or flexing, it's controlled. Secret circles, rules, rituals, power moves. And Ricky is obviously playing the game, protecting his bag, keeping things tight. This is why people call it a witch hunt vibe. It ain't just a joke anymore, people. If you zoom in and talk about the bigger scene, Ross and Diddy go way back. And it's not just music. They've got collabs, mutual endorsements, and high-profile social events that make the industry stop and watch. But some of these events got some serious secrecy behind them. Take the foam parties DC leaked. All-white dress codes, NDAs, no phones, strict rules that make you pause. Only certain people get in, and what goes on is carefully controlled. You can't help but notice the details in these clips. These people move hella weird, and the whole vibe makes you want to ask more and more questions about what in the world is going on. Then you add Audi's claims. He talked about secret rituals, NDAs, contracts, and controlled environments involving Diddy and Ross too. At first, people dismissed him, but with clips like DC's foam party footage, his story now fits a bigger picture. It's like the pieces are starting to connect. And now we gotta talk about the real fallout. Diddy, the mogul, the kingpin behind Bad Boy, the guy who built an empire, is paying some serious consequences for all the chaos that went down behind the scenes. This year, he went to federal court in New York facing sex trafficking and related charges. After months of headlines and drama, he walked out not guilty on some big stuff like racketeering conspiracy, but hit guilty on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, Mann Act violations. That's no joke. Diddy didn't get bail either, thanks to his history of DV, so he went straight into pretrial detention, and when the sentence came down on October 3rd, 2025, he got 50 months in federal prison, 5 years of supervised release, and a $500,000 fine. That's over 4 years behind bars, and he's already had some disciplinary issues in prison. Dude's in the RDAP rehab program and working in the chapel, but the reality is, this is a massive fall from grace for someone who once ruled hip-hop culture. Now, the charges didn't come out of nowhere. Allegations from Cassie and another victim, combined with claims around the Combs enterprise, painted a nasty picture of coercion, witness intimidation, and exploitation. Even though he admitted to some abuse of power, the conviction confirms that the system found him accountable for serious crimes. This isn't just a scandal, it's real legal consequences with long-term effects on his career and legacy. And here's where it ties back to Ross. You know these guys move in the same circles. All that secrecy, NDAs, and blurred clips we've been talking about. If federal investigators start looking closer at Ricky, it's easy to see how he could get caught in the same storm. Fans are already speculating. If Diddy's empire can fall under scrutiny, could Ross be next? It's a tense vibe, and it's leaving a lot of people watching Ross closely. The lesson here is clear. Even the biggest names aren't untouchable. All those private parties, secretive moves, and behind-the-scenes deals, they can come back to bite you. Diddy's story is a warning shot. Power and influence can only protect you for so long. Ross has been smart about controlling the narrative, but the same rules apply. If the receipts fully surface, his legacy could be tested in ways the public has only started to imagine. And that's why the whole situation with Ross, DC Young Fly, and the blurred party footage isn't just entertainment. It's a window into how the elite play the game and what happens when the game catches up to you. And look, secretive celebrity events aren't new in the game. Hollywood and the music world have been running invite-only, NDA-heavy, no-phone gatherings for years. That's just part of elite networking. But here's the thing. When Rick Ross and Diddy throw those kinds of events, the stakes are way higher. These aren't small underground parties. These are A-list affairs, full of power players, business moves, and cultural influence. Every little slip can go viral in seconds. Take the blurred foam party clip DC Young Fly dropped. NDAs, all-white dress codes, no phones allowed. It screams controlled environment. Fans immediately started freeze-framing for clues. Unique bracelets, guest movements, subtle interactions. People aren't just watching a party. They're trying to see what kind of secret world Ross and Diddy are operating in. And that's the problem. In this game, secrecy and high profile mean instant suspicion. Just look at Diddy. He's already paying the price. Federal prison, public backlash, legal scrutiny. It's a reminder that when elite circles cross certain lines, consequences hit hard. And if Ross isn't careful, same energy. Now flip it to Ross's legacy. The 85 South walkout, the blurred party clip, Oddi's wild claims, they all add up to a story that paints him as slippery, disrespectful, maybe even shady. And in hip-hop, perception is everything. The industry moves fast, and social media never forgets. A single leak, a single viral clip, and your collaborations, brand deals, and influence can all get called into question. DC calling Ross out publicly only fuels the narrative. Ricky could have controlled the story with transparency, but instead, it left fans and insiders speculating. Walkouts, secret parties, high-profile allegations. It all starts to connect. People are asking, is Ross just playing the game hard, or is there something bigger he's hiding? Here's the thing though, legacy isn't just about music and money. It's about respect, influence, and credibility. Right now, Ross is walking a tightrope. DC's clips shake up his narrative. Social media amplifies every rumor, and insiders are watching closely. One more leak, one more twist, and the story could explode. Ross could remain a respected legend, or he could get framed as someone who got too close to the edge, someone who let secrecy and shady vibes overshadow all the work he put in. The stakes are obviously huge here. Future collabs, sponsorships, even how history remembers him. It's all up in the air. Ross's next moves will determine whether he stays untouchable or becomes a cautionary tale in hip-hop culture. And with the witch hunt vibe building, every clip, every post, every hint of secrecy could tip the scales.